There we go. Happy Monday, everybody. Thanks for jumping on. I am really excited. I've already listened to 2 podcasts this morning. So I went ahead and put one in the link of our messenger chat. If you're not in there, message me and I will throw you in there. But I've been doing a little bit of homework so that I can hopefully, I just copied something. Let me see if I can paste it over to the chat. Sometimes when you copy from Messenger, it doesn't let you. Oh, I'm over. Hold on. So we are going to, I'm going to put what I posted on my team page this morning. I'm going to post for you guys here. And we are just going to jump right in. But first, we are going to celebrate. I know Kim had a huge July. Bridget had a huge July. I would love for all of you guys to just shout yourselves out in the comments, something big that happened for you in July. It was definitely a fun end of month and fun watching you guys push to your goals. So congratulations, Kim. I know you have your brand new emerald on your team, which is amazing. And you're doing silver and 6 this week, right? For corporate. I saw that. Very good. So I won't put you on the spot, but later, if you want to give a plug for that, absolutely. I would love to hear a little bit about that. Bridget, hello, good morning. It's a brand new emerald. Rocked and rolled and hit it on July 30th with 1 day to spare while at family camp. So that is always exciting. So great job on that. But y'all definitely get in the chat and tell me something that you're excited about. So one thing when I was listening to this podcast, Melanie Mitro is a top network marketer, leader in her company, but also a business coach. She's got amazing just network marketing specific coaching, things that she does to share. Her podcast is amazing. She has her own Melanie Mitro podcast and then also Chic Influencer, which I love both. But she said something on my walk, and I've just been thinking about this over and over and over again. If somebody were to say, hey, what do you do? Or what do you share? Who can you help? Would somebody know that you offer Plexus? Would somebody know, whether talking to you in person or looking on social media, if your business is open sign was out? I've been very aware of this recently because I have had quite a few people who have messaged me and said, I've been watching you for 10 years. You're still doing the thing. I think I finally need some information. So 13 years of consistency with somebody being able to say, Sarah still drinks that pink drink, or Sarah, fill in the blank, whatever that case might be. On this podcast, when she said, basically, social media is your storefront. And the brilliant, wonderful, amazing thing about that is it's free. We do not have to pay $50,000 a month for, a brick and mortar storefront for somebody to walk in our door where it has an open sign and say, I offer health, hope, and happiness. Now, the question for me is, are we utilizing that to the maximum potential? And I know a lot of people who say, I hate social media. I don't understand social media. Social media is frustrating to me. To which I say, yes, that can be a statement, but I will also push back and challenge you and say that is also an excuse, because we can all learn new things. And there can be some key specific things that you can just make a small shift on, where you can utilize, you guys, there's honestly, there is no place else that you can have access to millions of people at your fingertips. Like, I can't just go have coffee with somebody who lives in California. I'm not even gonna go have coffee with somebody that lives 5 hours away, right? Social media, in my opinion, brings us all together closer, and we can utilize that to our benefit. So I want to challenge you this morning. If you are feeling lost, overwhelmed, like you have nobody to talk to, all of the things, learning some new skills with social media won't ever steer you wrong, in my opinion. Okay. So I want to just share a few things with you. So I put in the chat, I'm not sure if you guys can see it. It said it was too many characters. I put some things in the chat, and years ago, we did something called Fill Your Funnel Challenge, and we've talked about funnels before. If it's the end of the month and you're feeling desperate, like, oh my gosh, who can I get to join my team because I have a goal to hit, it should never come down to July 31st. Because if we had 100 conversations July 1st through July 30th, the trickling through of where you are with those relationships should be kind of a natural, you have more people to talk to because you've been talking to more people, if that makes sense. So raise your hand, don't raise your hand, give me a nod, whatever, if you feel like, but I don't know how to increase the number of people that I talk to. And a lot of times for me, when I get on social media, I'm like, it's the same people that are, same 16 people comment on all my things. Like there's nobody new in there. There's a few key ways that you can change the conversation, and you can also let people know that you are open for business. So I'm going to give you a few things. The first thing I want you to do, we've done this before here on this Power Hour, is I want you to audit yourself. If you were to go back through the last 7 days, and some of you on here have been kind of on the receiving end of me asking you this question, does somebody know what you offer? Could you find a business-led post and a product-led post in the last 7 days, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or whatever social media that you use? And if the answer is no, that is where you have to start. Because in my opinion, as I'm sharing, if I just throw up a post and I'm like, it doesn't matter who sees it, it's okay. People are going to judge me. People are going to talk about me, but at least I put something out there. That's fine. That's like level one of how we're going to increase our interactions with people and fill our funnels, right? I haven't even asked you yet to start getting into your messenger and text and pick up the phone and actually make phone calls, right? That's on the other end of the funnel, and that feels a lot harder. If you are not posting daily and sharing regularly, you are missing out on filling your funnel and at least casting a wide net to say there might be people out there who just happen to see the right post at the right time and say, this is exactly what I'm looking for. So I went back through the last 6 days, and I am so proud of myself that I had 4 business-led posts, which has been something that I've been consciously working on. And only one of those funneled into, I would love for you to join me on a Sunday night call, message me for the Zoom link. So I'd been vision casting and painting that picture of what does it look like for Sarah Marble to be building a business from home as a mom of 3 boys and all of those things. And then I had 2 product posts. One was a little bit passive aggressive about me cleaning out my pantry and finding some magical limited edition products, but I had 150 reactions and like 60 comments. So people are like, why are people freaking out about this, watermelon hydrate? What's so big about Clementine Active? And it created some conversations for people feeling like, well, they missed out, and maybe they're going to be paying attention for the next limited edition thing or whatever the case might be. So 4 business posts and 2 product posts in the last 6 days on my outward facing public Facebook wall. So I want you guys to go back and look and scroll. Now, you will also know that I'm a little bit obsessed with the weather. If I was not a Plexus leader, I would probably be a meteorologist or weather girl. So you'll see that, yes, we're watching a hurricane that went to Florida, and I'm praying for all of my Florida friends. You will also see that I have a little bit of a crush on Scotty Scheffler, and he just won the gold medal for golf. So spoiler alert, it happened yesterday. So hopefully you already know that. You'll see some bits and pieces of things that are important to me or matter to me for what I share. Now, when Hurricane Debbie blows through and I know all my people are safe, I will then go back and archive that post. Nobody wants to see about hurricanes a month later, right? So, but living in Louisiana, that is something that's very relatable, that is part of our lives for what we watch. Every disturbance, every little thing that they say is coming off the Antilles and we got to watch, like we watch that because my life has been dramatically affected by hurricanes in lots of different ways. That's a piece and part of me that somebody might know, that we have storm anxiety around here, and we've had houses destroyed over hurricanes and all of that. So when you go back through what your social media is, 1, if you're only posting once a week, I'm going to say you got to post once a day. And 2, what are you posting? Bridget knows that I gave a little bit of a nudge. I'm like, okay, girlfriend, when you've only got like 1 post in the last 48 hours, go put up a post. And she's like, well, I don't really know. I'm like, I don't care what it is. Just go make a post. So that is going to be my next tip. Okay, so the first thing, you guys write it down. You're going to audit yourself. When we get off this power hour, you're going to go back and look, and I want you to write down, or if you want to be scrolling while I talk, write down how many product posts and how many business-led posts have you made in the last 7 days on your social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram. So that's the first thing. The next thing, yes, it does not have to be perfect. That's right. Progress over perfection, just get it out there. The next thing I want to encourage you guys with, if you were to go to my camera roll, I'm going to see if I can pull it up and tell you. I don't know if it'll show me the number. I have hundreds of thousands. Okay. So I have 14,117 videos on my phone currently. I want you to know that a lot of those are 7 to 12-second video clips of what I would call be real video. So an A reel would be, I'm going Facebook Live and I am talking to the camera to you to do a training. B reel is just kind of behind the scenes. The people on Instagram are probably so tired of looking at my feet when I walk, because every day when I take a walk, I do a 5 to 8-second video of me stepping, because later on, those clips of videos can be filled in for making reels, for just videos. The post that I made right before I jumped on this power hour is a picture of my feet sitting in my pool from Lord knows when. It was not this morning. It was not yesterday. So I have a camera roll full of random pictures of my life, mixing products on my counter, swimming with my kids, a workout outfit, you name it, the most random things, because I don't ever want to sit down and say, I need to make a post and I don't have a picture and I don't know what to say. Without fail, when I know I've got to get on social media, get this done and get off and start doing my work, I will just randomly, when I made that post this morning, it took me 30 seconds to post, find a picture and get it up there and move on. Okay. So don't spend hours trying to find the perfect picture or say that you can't post because you can't find a picture or whatever the case might be. Your homework from today moving forward is to fill your camera rolls with all of the random things in your life, because that is content that you can then put out later. So you won't have to be, and I even started a different photo album. Like I have a whole photo album of any picture that I've used a filter on. So I know, like, if I want to make a really impactful social media post with a gorgeous picture, I'm going to go straight to my Lightroom album, because Lightroom is where I have filters. And that was a picture that I loved enough that I put a little bit of a filter on, and I know it's going to be a better social media image. Now, when all else fails, this is your third thing for your homework. So homework 1 is audit yourself. Homework 2 is you are going to start taking videos and pictures of the regular everyday things that you come across in your life so that people can start to know, like, and trust you. Now, a lot of this is just going to be in your stories, which is fine. I mean, I am I could tell you everything about Jen Cobb and her oldest going to college as a D1 soccer player and what his dorm looks like, because he just got dropped off yesterday. She is brilliant at storytelling and letting you in on what does her day look like. Like when I know she is building a rock solid 4-star on the way to 5-star diamond business, but she's got all the kids that I do, she's doing all the mom feels with kids at college. She's doing all the sports things. I'm like, oh my gosh, she is killing it with her business. She is on Zooms leading well. And this is what behind the scenes, what her family daily life looks like. And now pray for her, because she's right in the bullseye of Hurricane Debbie. I know all that because she peeked behind the curtain and let us see all of that in her stories. So that is how people are going to say, well, of course I'm going to buy Hydrate from you because I know that you use it regularly and your kids adore it. And they already know, like, and trust you without ever having that first conversation. Okay. So you're going to audit yourself. You're going to fill yourself with B-rolls and all the things. When all else fails and you're like, Sarah, I literally have nothing to say. Maybe you're just in a really challenging time in your life. Maybe you just have a lot going on. You name it, fill in the blank for why you feel like you can't make a post. That is when you do your shout out challenges. Monthly, if not weekly, you should be asking team members and your VIPs to share a shout out post, either a shout out or a welcome post. I have one, you can go on my wall. I'll actually just read it to you because it's on my wall, so it's public. So I have a gal, she's amazing and has been consistently on our products for years. She messaged me. She was like, hey, I think I'm ready to kind of come back and do this thing. So we worked on this together. So she put, here's to shaking up our pink drink. It comes down to This is what we want to do to feel better. We've circled back to these products for years, and I've tried all the things. And every time I found my way right back to Sarah and Stacy. If you are wanting to get started or want to circle back with me, I'm jumping back in, refocusing, and ready to commit and helping people to feel their best as possible with health and happiness. Are you in? And then she put a picture of her and her slim. So she tagged me. So when somebody goes to my wall, they're like, wow, Sarah's still sharing and her sister Stacy is still sharing. And they still have friends who are like, yep, I'm partnering back with them. Um, and so we worked on that. She tagged me. So if you go, there's several of my team members who are so consistent with asking people to do these shout out posts. Hey, thank you so much, Sarah, for introducing me to these products. I can't imagine getting through my day without my Plexus Slim. Thanks so much. Tag me, boom. So then you've got that third party validation and credibility for other people are like, well, it's not just Sarah saying that this is amazing, it's other people saying that this is amazing, right? Okay, so that's three. Fourth thing, you guys ready for this? Anytime somebody likes, comments, anything, that is an opportunity for you to create a personal conversation. And it's not a, thank you so much for liking my post. Are you ready to buy my products from me? Right? That's not it at all. I just realized that this is not recording, but it is what it is for all of you that are on here this morning. We'll see. We'll see if I have a magical recording somewhere that it's not. Oh, maybe it is. This is one of those areas, and I just listened to my second podcast this morning was from Fraser Brooks, and he gave a one-liner for anybody that is a new follower on Instagram, a new friend on Facebook. Gets right into jumps into the inbox like, thank you so much for following along. I help people, get healthy with XYZ. Have you ever tried it? Or is there something that piqued your curiosity on my wall that you thought you would be interested in? I'd love to help. And literally the first sentence is, hi, nice to meet you. Here's what I offer. Here's what I have. Is that what you were looking for when you followed me? Or, now it doesn't have to be like that, but starting conversations. And I will be honest with you, to this day, I still do not start new conversations with people who have liked my posts. More often than not, it's going to be a Plexus person, which is fine. You might meet your new bestie sideline buddy. But those are some key practical things that I hope you guys feel like could be helpful when you flip that sign to open on your social media storefront with what you're doing on top of all the people want to be entertained. If you can put something funny, if you want to offer value by being educational, all of those things. But let's see, say it again or drop it here. Yes, and I will see if I can actually find what that comment is. But Fraser Brooks talks about he's doing a whole social media thing right now. I have 964 pending friend requests. I was just going to go look and see if I could see the other message that I sent. But so he just says, thanks so much for the like or follow. Thanks for supporting me. I help. So for him, it's I help network marketers build amazing businesses online. Is there something that you feel like I could help you with today with your online business? He's assuming that because you have a new follower or somebody that liked that business post, that your I help people XYZ spoke to them and you're just going to go straight for it. Thanks so much for the follow. I help women make money from home. Is that something that interests you? Thanks so much for following along. I'm so glad my story resonated with you. I appreciate the love on that post. I help moms make money from home. Do you currently work full time? Always asking a question to just create those conversations. And so that is part of the filling the funnel, you guys, of how many, if I were to say right now with maybe question number 5, how many active conversations are you in right now? When we get off this power hour, how many people are you currently in some kind of conversation with, whether it's supporting them in their life or they've asked questions about Plexus and have never said, yes, I want that, or they've asked questions about Plexus and they've said, yes, I want that, but they never ordered, or they ordered and you need to help them get started, or they've had their first month or 3 weeks in and you don't need to, you need to get in and help them edit their subscription for what's coming next. Like you should have 5 or 10 people in each of those buckets that you're moving through that funnel for who you're talking to. And if that is not the case, I am going to challenge you, just like I'm challenging myself with this Fill Your Funnel challenge that I'm doing with my team. How many people are you talking to? Let's 10x that. If I'm in 3 conversations, can I be in 30 or 300, right? It's up to you, whatever your goals are. And that's the beauty of this business. It's as much or as little as you want it to be. But right now, today, on August 5th, if you're like, wow, this month is when all of these new credits are going to hold for retention credits because I want to be on that leaders retreat cruise to the Bahamas. This is the month. Today is the day for you to say, I'm going to talk to 10 people. I'm going to talk to 50 people. I'm going to talk to 100 people. And based on the number of conversations that you are having, plus the value that you're adding, the third party validation that you're adding, all of that, that will directly reflect what your results will be. This was way pre-boards, and I've tried to set up boards like with my own individual stuff. Not good at it. I will put it in the chat. Let me know if you're not in the chat, and I will add you there. You have to private message me, but I will definitely put the challenge. It's super simple. We're talking to new people. We're starting new conversations, all of the things. And then I want to challenge you. One of the key things that Emily Gibson talks about, and now Megan Goff really, took hold of that and is running with it and is doing amazing things. And now, she's diamond, her husband's diamond. She just went emerald on her second position, all the things. My ears perk up when people have massive success like that. Is the PLP with posting and then going live and then doing some kind of party, whether it's a messenger chat launch or event or what is Plexus or a live sip and see. So you're making posts, you're making posts, you're making posts. Awesome. We're throwing stuff up there. We're rotating business posts, personal posts, all the things. I should put this on. I should unspotlight myself. Okay. I just want to know, like either show of hands or in the chat, how many of you go live or talk live to the camera in your stories? Very good. And lots of you don't have your camera on, which is fine, but now we're seeing in the chat. I do. Good. And I am just going to give you guys some shout outs. A bunch of you on here that I've never met in person or that I just know through Plexus in real life. I feel like I'm getting to know you because I see you in your stories going live, talking to me, right? I feel like when you're on your stories sharing, I mean, I've got Vanessa's walk down. She walks to that Y and she's got her Zumba going on. I'm like, show me a little more buildings. I want to see where we are on the walk because I know that she walks, y'all, she walks to the gym and then she does her workout and then she walks home from the gym. I know that because she's in her stories talking on her camera. And then I'm like, girlfriend, it's snowing and you're still walking to the gym. Like, this is so next level hardcore. I have to be your friend, right? So sorry to call you out on that, but good job because wow, right? So that's your next challenge. I think I'm up to 6 things that I've just given you guys homework for. And that's why we do these power half hours, because then you are going to be committed to sitting your butt in your chair and doing one or all 8 of these things that I'm throwing at you. But I grew my business by going live every Monday when I would do my Monday night meetings. And my husband would probably be mad at me because he has to watch the kids. And I'm like, I'm off to build my empire. I would get in the car 10 minutes before I knew I had to leave for my Monday night meeting. And I would do my Monday Motivation Facebook Live every Monday sitting in my car because you better believe I had just washed my hair probably for the first time in a week because I had 3 little kids running around. And I most often would put lipstick on. And Mondays, if you showed up at my Monday night meeting, you saw Sarah with lipstick. And that's just where I was in my life. And I'm like, okay, I literally, the first time I did it, I'm like, I'm dressed. My hair's clean. I have lipstick on. Like, I got to tell someone, I got to get out. And that's when I started doing these Monday night motivations. And y'all, at the peak of that, first of all, I would get motivated and inspired on my way to my Monday night meeting and show up Monday nights with amazing energy because I had just done a Facebook Live that probably, got some really good feedback and that, it helped my, I'm not going to say ego. It just helped me feel like I'm doing something important. But if you are not going live, at least on occasion on your page, I also pushed a few people out of the nest last week with going live and just saying, listen, this is who I am and why I do what I do. If going live for an unknown amount of time terrifies you, get in stories and practice talking in stories, telling people, why am I posting this invite to a Zoom on Sunday nights? What impact will that have? Why would that be something that, and when they hear that in your voice, it is just, it's a layering this know, like, and trust factor, if that makes sense. I had not gone live in probably years, and I went live like last week, and was so pleasantly surprised and encouraged that, I mean, it was shared a bunch of times. There was thousands of views, which Facebook had usually stifled a lot of that, and that's why I had stopped going live, because nobody was seeing it. Um, but I want that to be your challenge. If you're posting, 7 to 10% of your followers are seeing that. But then you go live and it adds another layer. And a lot of times when a live gets shared, if you're adding value, giving a tip, sharing a recipe, doing what your favorite summer recipe was with your Ninja Creamy, people will share that or comment, and it will increase the exposure of the number of people that you have to talk to. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. I know that was the whole 30 minutes, but it's August 5th. It's the first Monday of the month, and we have work to do. If you are a silver on all the way up to diamond, I started a new notebook this month and started asking team members. Let me go back to what, if you have no idea what to talk to and what to say, I love that. Level 1 and 2 doing it together. I think that's amazing. If you have no idea what to say, I want you to say, this is what I'm reading. This is the sentence that spoke to me. Here, I'm going to read you the sentence. This is why it matters. Hope you get as much value that I did. Boom, done. Okay, that's your outline for if I have to go live and Sarah's making me do this. That's like, and that's another good reason. Leaders are readers, right? If you have multiple books that you can grab at any time that are speaking to you that you can share, and maybe none of you are, that's just the 4 that I can reach on my desk right now. If you have not ever read Mach 2 with Your Hair on Fire, you have no idea that vision matters and that there are books out there that help you work through, why do I want this? Why am I going to show up? So I'm going to get really excited to share with you about falling in love with the process of creating a strong vision for your life, right? And now you don't have to go buy the book right now. You just learned something because I shared it to you on a live, right? And it was one sentence. Anyway, there's that. Okay, so back to, if you are silver or above, which most of you are, I don't think we have any brand spanking new people. I went through and asked all of my team members who are setting goals, what is your goal for August? And they said what their goal was, and they said why. And by August, each of those people now for August has a page. And on that page, I know where their points were on July 31st. I now know what their goal is. We're now doing the calculations. A bunch of you on here have a page, and they're going to be getting phone calls and messages from me saying, this is where you were, this is where you want to be, this is how many orders that relates to, or, you know, whatever that looks like. Are they going to be new? Do you have people that you need to work on retention? And we are getting to work. Okay. So you need to know, why did your people join? What was their goal? Have they met their goal? Are they having an issue with troubleshooting with what products they're taking? You need to be in those level 1 conversations. And then obviously, as you get senior gold, ruby, senior ruby on up, you're going to have level 2s and 3s that you will probably start working with in coaching and all of that. So know where you are and where you want to be and how you're going to get there. And for those of you who are brand new emeralds or have brand new emeralds, I guarantee you it was, this is my goal, but this person's going silver, this person's going gold, this person's going senior gold. You had that starburst map, and you mapped your people and you mapped your people's people, and you knew, if I help this many people go silver, this is where I will end up. And that is kind of one of those things where the leadership piece kicks in. And so that is going to be some of your work. And I love weekend, like, so we kind of like slid into August, and then we had a whole weekend where I've had this whole weekend to say, okay, now we're doing a fill your funnel challenge with my team. We're doing, you know, a shout out post. We're doing all of these things for where are we and where do we want to be and how are we going to get there. Last thing I will say, if you are not using the Sunday systems and inviting to these calls, you are missing out. So I'll post that information again. I've been trying to post it regularly, hundreds and hundreds of people. It's the best way to give third-party validation and credibility to what we do. Because when you get on a call and there's 300 other people, it's like, oh, wow, it's not just because Sarah said this was cool. There's 300 other people here who are wanting to listen, show up, learn, and share their link for going silver in 6. Anybody that you know is texting earn to that number, or anybody that you know who is actively inviting, you need to know about that so you can help them then with that silver in 6. I'm going to pivot over. Kim, do you want to just share? So really quick, every week corporate has been inviting leaders to lead the silver in 6. Kim, I was so excited to see that you're doing it. So do you want to share just for 2 seconds what that is so everybody can know where to go look?
Yeah, absolutely. It's in the Plexus Brand Ambassador Academy on Facebook page on their Facebook group, and it starts over every week, and it's done for you. And that's what I love about it, and that it's good for people from day one. Whether this is like they're just getting their products and they want to learn more about how to help three friends, or a seasoned Plexus veteran, and that's what I'm going to talk about today when we do it because as you have a growing, busy, thriving team, it's easy to drift away from those basic actions that got you there.
Yep.
So it's good to circle back and go through it, even as a seasoned veteran, to do the silver in 6.
Perfect. Love it. Well said. And that's exactly why I watch every week, because I'm like, oh, Jordan just said this is part of her everyday life. And I don't do that. I need to add, note to self, add this little one thing that you can grab those business building tidbits for how leaders are doing this, plus the practicality of silver in 6. And basically, we can all be doing this. And, how amazing would it be if we could add 1 to 3 new people every week? Right? So I can't tell who that is. Trudy, I will put it, private message me if you're not in our One Plexus chat, Power Hour chat. I will add you, but it's the same thing over and over. Same number, same password every Sunday night at 8 Central. So, okay, you guys have your homework. I put the Fill Your Funnel Challenge in the chat. Grab that, or I will also put it on our messenger chat. We will get to work. I want you guys to really work on where are you and where do you want to be? I see you, Brenda. And how are you going to get there for August? Brenda, do you have a question?
Yes. So you said something about going live in the stories.
Yes.
Do you have something that shows us how to? I've tried several times. I can't get it to last long enough. It always
you've got 59 seconds. You got 59 seconds, girlfriend. So if you do in your stories, you do it in 59-second increments where you talk once and upload that. And then if you didn't finish your thought, then you can talk again and upload. But you can fill it as many times as possible with those 59-second increments. I mean, you could do 20 minutes worth. Now, nobody's going to watch 20 minutes worth of stories, but
Yeah.
I love it because it helps you practice being concise. That's a great idea. Julie, that's a great idea. Yes, we're going to do a Power Hour Fill Your Funnel Challenge. I'll post it as soon as we get done. But yes, it's very good practice, Brenda, for you to be able to share something effectively in 59 seconds.
So you actually go and you video it and then you upload it into the story. You don't do it in the story itself.
So on Instagram, I do it on the story. You can literally just side swipe and then hold your thumb down, or you can there's a hands-free mode. And yes, you can record and do it that way. For me, for whatever reason, I have a business Facebook page and a personal Facebook page. I do have to video, and I video in 59-second clips, and then I upload it to my story.
That's what I was doing wrong. Thank you.
Yep, absolutely. I'm not an expert. I fail forward and just learn and figure it out. And I'm like, okay, Facebook, I'm not going to even stress about why I can't film live on here. I'm just going to film the videos and upload it, which works great because then if it's a good video, I can post it other places. So then you have it on your camera roll. Okay, I'm going to post the Fill Your Funnel Challenge. We'll do it together. I don't want to have 150 people commenting that you did it. It'll just be there for you to use, and you can give yourself a pat on the back or talk to your sideline or upline or whoever, and we will rock and roll. When you get done with your audit, if you are 0 for 0 with business posts and product posts, you know where the work needs to be. And based on what your goals are, I am going to challenge you people need to know that you can make money with this opportunity. It is one of the best opportunities out there. And somebody could earn $300 this week to pay for school supplies, right? So tell people that. And I am cautiously wording that I don't do this to get rich. I do this to create options for my family. And that's felt like a really good way for me to say, yes, I want the $5 million beach house. And yes, I want all of the, like, you name it. I have a list of things that it could sound like, oh, well, Sarah just wants to get rich. But when you think about it, I want to create options for my family to build legacy and memories and impact. And that statement right there, fill in the blank. It could be whatever you want it to be. And so I've been working on that. Kim, I saw your question. I'll private message you my thoughts on a few of those things, and then we will rock and roll for the week. Sorry, I talked this whole time. I felt like getting all of this out there with like where my brain is and what I'm working on, with the notes for all of that. I hope it's helpful. Let me know if there was a tip that you grabbed on that you're going to grab. And I want to challenge all of you to get in your stories after you audit yourself. And when all else fails, ask her some shout out posts, because that will give you some good content without you having to show up for that day. So love you guys. I will talk to you next week.